In 2005, Fresno Unified mirrored many struggling urban districts throughout the country. Nationally, the country was in a crisis about how to move poor urban districts ahead. The question then, and unfortunately now, in many struggling districts, has never been answered, leaving thousands of innocent youth uneducated and struggling in their communities. But here at home, a band of community leaders, teachers, and parents rallied together with a plan to forge a new beginning for the largest district on the valley floor. The goal was to increase graduation rates, create sustainable systems, manage and maintain a balanced budget that could weather most economic times, and provide quality professional development to all teachers and staff. The mission was daunting, but even more challenging than the mission was the period in which to show progress. 10 years. It's now 10 years later, and the question on every Fresnan's mind is, where is Fresno Unified?
Well, I've been on the board for 11 years, and we have reclaimed the district by getting the finances in order. A lot of hard work from a lot of people and the staff. We were able to save the district from being taken over. Oh, we have improvements everywhere. We have facility improvements, we have a decline in expulsions and suspensions, and we have graduation rates up. The diversity makes us strong.
Being a minority group, there are many, many barriers to overcome, so I want to be able to overcome them and show other minority groups, especially Hmong people, that these barriers, you are able to overcome them.
I think Catherine has a lot of potential in a variety of areas, but she met the qualifications to be a distinguished student to represent Fresno Unified and Fresno High because of not only her academics, but she's a well-rounded student. She gets along with her peers, she's involved in school, she believes in giving back to the community and Fresno High, so that made her an ideal candidate.
I would want to tell the folks that have made the scholarship available to me, thank you, because the money that I got from the scholarship really helped me, especially with the tuition.
I think the startup of the Fresno Unified Scholarship is a great opportunity for our students to not only earn money to pay for college, but also to get recognized for all their hard work, because a lot of our students are low income and they struggle financially and worry about how they're going to pay for school or books or just everyday life. And so this is a great chance for them to help pave the way to have one less stress in their life and be able to focus on their dreams and goals.
In 10 years, I plan on being done with college, obviously, and getting a job in the mechanical engineering field and be successful so that I'm able to provide my family with the things that they need and help my siblings with their college. I am ready.
Steve was our oldest of our 3 children, Stephen, Michael, and Andrea, and 14 years ago next week, he passed away very unexpectedly at the age of 42. We were given, actually, by his widow, money from Steve's estate, and we're using it to fund scholarships at Tehipite in his memory, and we think it's something that he would really like. We hope it goes on in perpetuity. You know, I think it's important to do things for your community. What else is there in life? I mean, if you can take care of yourself and your family and you have other ability to give, and everybody does, everybody can give something of themselves. Fresno Unified is truly unique. I've worked in a number of school districts on the East Coast in my life, and I've never been in one like this before. It's so diverse and it's so big, and out of that diversity and largeness of size can come so many opportunities for kids that you can't find in other places.
When I found out I received the scholarship, I felt great. I was shocked that I received it from all the 200, I think, people that were here. It made me feel great. Seeing my dad, manage a small business in Fresno, I look up to him for that. And seeing him how hard he works, that I want to do the same thing, but also I want to go to college and better myself with a higher education in the future. I want to thank those who awarded me this scholarship, because without them, I wouldn't be here right now. And plus, with this money that they gave me, it's going to be easy for me to now reach my goal and becoming a police officer.
We all knew that he was going to become something with his life, and then for him to actually bump up to this level and to follow his goals and his dreams to become a police officer, We were with them throughout the whole thing, and we believed in them since day one.
I'm happy to see that the community and Fresno Unified people put their money to help these students as they move forward and trying to fulfill their dreams.
If I can speak to the generous donators that donated us this money, I would say don't stop doing it, because they provided us with a better life, with better future. Because with this money, it does help a lot. I am ready.
It's important for me to attend college because it gives me more opportunities in life. I think programs that help first-generation college students is a very good thing. I decided to pursue engineering because I became really interested in solving problems. Specifically in my math classes, I really started to enjoy the process of figuring out the solution to a problem.
Jasmine decided, after working in the fields with her mom one day when she was real young, that she did not want to repeat her mom's life as an adult. And so she resolved at that time that she was going to work really hard to do everything she could to work inside a building instead of on the field.
You pick the grapes, you usually have to kind of crouch down, and that can get very tiring, or get on your knees, and there's always the possibility that you cut your finger. In the winter, it always feels like your hands are freezing off as you're picking the grapes. My mom was always worried that I'd like work because I made money. Just because I made money doesn't mean it was worth it. There was just no way I thought this was for me. This isn't at all what I want to do with my life. When I could be doing so much other things.
There's the thing about families, they all want something better for their children than they had for themselves. And when they see a glimmer that this is a possibility, that's what they really want to reach out for.
Yeah, my mom's life has been pretty hard. Like, I saw her struggling as I grew up with everything. She didn't know the language, anything, and yet she still pulled herself up. So I admire her for that, but I wouldn't ever want to go through the struggle she went through.
She could be one of those that go on to be one of our great industrial pioneers. Being a woman and an engineer is something that's pretty rare in our world today, and not to mention a girl who is the first generation to be able to go to college in her family.
I would hope donors would keep providing for the less fortunate students because it does help, and we're not always in the best financial situations. It makes everything less stressful. I'm ready.
There is no cookie-cutter child in our district. The uniqueness is our students and the diversity and the richness of culture that they all bring to our schools. Education is the key. It's just rewarding to see the success of a lot of kids that have come through the schools and become leaders in our community.